Let me see. I was just like checking one thing. Actually, Also, I apologize. I didn't have everything I wanted ready. I'd been I was programming too much, and I lost too much sleep doing so. It was my fault, and the effects that I have caught up with me. So I didn't. I don't have everything I want. Like prepped in terms of like maps and all the item descriptions available. I already have an idea of like what will be required, but you will have to excuse the visuals and descriptions this time around, as I did not have enough time to get those ready. I had time to get some of it ready though. That's nice. A sufficient amount ready.
Cool, cool, cool.
Okay. Let me go ahead and set this one last thing up. And one of these. Okay. You ready, Russ? All right. Well, that's me on me. I did set myself up for that, didn't I? I did set myself up for that. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another session of Candlekeep Mysteries. Last time on Candlekeep Mysteries, you weren't here. Um, uh, you weren't here, but what this is, just so that we do some context here. I just thought it was cool. I was showing the other players your map where you were, and some of them were like, "Oh my god, they're in Chult. I remember that place." And some of them were like, "What on earth is this place? That's kind of cool." So I felt like I should do the other thing around, which is the other players are here in hell, having descended to the third layer of the nine hells, in seeking for something. And so they just fought two of these ugly guys. Let me go and add some HP to it so you can see.
Oh, when I call them ugly, it's not okay, but when you call them ugly, alright. I see how it is.
Oh, they're more mugly than ugly.
What's Mongly?
It's like, they got like a mug to them.
Oh, an ugly mug.
So like
Yeah, an ugly mug.
Butterface?
Yeah, sure. Let's go with that. Um, this is a profane dragon, and it was quite nasty for them to fight against, and it almost resulted in some of them dying, as is par for the course at this point. People almost dying and/or actually dying. But we're not here to talk about their story. We're here to talk about this story. Okay, so here on this map, and everyone can see it just fine, right? Okay. You go ahead and take a look over at around. Let me give a recap about what had happened just previously, as it's been a little minute. You were all arriving over to Chult in pursuit of various goals. Upon arriving at Port Nyanzaro, you all engaged in dinosaur races, which proved quite fruitful for being able to, well, I guess raise dinosaurs. Can you be any more fruitful than that? I think it's pretty important. After spending some time racing some dinosaurs and really getting acclimated over to Chult proper, you all went about in your various tasks. Jojira, Sin, and Ray headed over to the Forge of Frakamar, where they wanted to get a golden dragon mask up and running. Elocution was going around and setting up a interportal hub between the various planes of existence, and so they started working on setting up some doors around here. We'll probably get started at them first. So, Jamie, if you could begin typing what you are considering doing, just because I know that you might have some scheduling things that may require you to leave a little early. So we'll tackle your stuff first, unless you'd rather somebody else go first. And Growl, you went to the Coliseum to uh, try and search for an Oni you saw. When you found them, you were keeping an eye on them as you went and fought in a Coliseum yourself proper, earned a little bit of nice pocket change, but mostly seemed to have gained the interest of the Oni, who you were able to track down and follow over past their disguise using your true sight. And after a brief discussion, you asked if they could help you unlock some of your Oni potential, which they have agreed to do so, as they have wished you away over to the direction of where their home might be. Thus bringing us over to where the start of the session is here. Jamie is typing, as it says quite so at the bottom. Jamie is typing. Jamie is typing. I love that little is typing thing. It's like the way it bobs up and down is so nice. It's very, very pleasing aesthetically. You just noticed spent hours trying to get the bob on that just right. Okay. Yeah, you found the little islands over here, Jamie, where you found a nice spot nestled inside of a cave behind some bushes on an island that clearly nobody has visited in pretty much ever. Nobody's ever had any reason to explore around here, and it's easy enough to hide this area even further since it's quite a ways inside of a cave out of one of the many caves all around the area. On the way, you do encounter a variety of dinosaur jungle life that kind of screeches at you occasionally, but they kind of just back off after they see that you're clearly unfazed by any of it. Your Skitter Widget buddy is a little bit more interested, but comparatively. Hmm. Okay. While that's occurring and they're considering their next move, I'll probably go bounce back and forth. That probably makes the most sense. We'll go head over towards Ujira and Ray over at Rakamar while Elocution considers their what their next move is. And then we'll bounce back over to Elocution. So Jajira and Ray, you arrived over at Rakamar, where Musharib has told you that they can make this Dragon Master you're looking for. They just need one, a base, two, something that properly encapsulates the sort of essence of the golden dragon that you're trying to make this mask out of, and three, some raw materials that they need to forge with it as well. That includes for what you had mentioned, Jira, some gems that you had already considered and you was sort of on your search list of sorts.
I mean, I was already intending to mine some blue garnet next, so it just gives Ray a stronger reason to help me with that.
As if good deeds weren't enough.
But yeah, I do think at this point it's just a matter of me casting Windwalk again and then bringing us over towards where Cinderlore and Purion were temporarily rooming in the mine.
Can I like ring home and see if like they can give a bit more context on where we can find this crystalline dragon essence? Like, do we actually have to kill a dragon?
Last time, like I did have the idea. Like I think Aqua said that if we could find like a gold dragon who could animate their breath weapon, like that animated breath weapon would work. But yeah, it's probably not the easiest to find an ancient gold dragon that's willing to do that for us.
Crystal, welcome.
Uh,
Just as a quick disclaimer to you, I didn't have enough time to prepare everything I wanted, so I have enough prepared, but I won't have too much visuals this time. So you might just have to get used to looking at this map for a little bit. I have some stuff ready though that will not just make us stare at this map the whole time though. So that's nice. You mentioned that over to Bushrip. As they tell you, it doesn't necessarily have to be a golden dragon. Anything that sort of encapsulates the essence of one is sufficient. It's a little hard to explain. To me, it's so intuitive and obvious, frankly. Let me think.
So a
One of
combination of
what-
things would work. It doesn't have to be like
You see
one
that-
thing that encapsulates all of it.
You see that actually entering into the room is a fire giant. That seems to be working inside of the mine with sort of like contractors' clothes on them as they seem to be putting up their uniform for the day, and they seem to be overhearing a conversation. The mines seem quite large, and the number of creatures that are working here has expanded greatly. Jajira, knowing the status of this cave, you find a distinct irony in the situation.
Mm. And it's honestly a little concerning for me because dragons and giants don't have a friendly history. But this isn't exactly my home, it's Musharib's, so.
Let me go ahead and look at that guy. What a mugly face. See, I said mugly, not ugly. It's different.
Mugle.
Mugly. As they place down their equipment for the day, and it looks like they're about to head out. It's probably a home of some kind. They can't help it over here as they go. Let me try to explain it. Things that have an essence to them. What it means is that they are not just a creature, but something that makes up in the totality. Consider, for example, a lich, if you are familiar with them. Their bones, their book, their soul, any number of things could constitute its essence, as long as it is close enough to the actual thing. Yes, what he said.
Ray looks really confused.
The fire giant kind of like kneels down to get at your level, Ray, which is like unusually friendly. What exactly are you searching for the essence of?
I look down to the notepad that I had open, that I was writing in last session, and read off the no doubt diligent notes that Ray took about dragon essence.
You dare use my own spells against me?
I mean, it was explicitly noted last session that Ray took out a little notepad and was writing along, looking very confused.
Yeah, the
If
fire
Ray's
giant.
notes are, I was gonna say, if Ray's notes are insufficient, I can write in again and specify an ancient gold dragon.
The fire giant does take a look over at it, and specifically over at the details. Golden dragons are known for several things: their scales, their spells, their good nature alignment as part of the opposite of the chromatic set, if you are aware of that knowledge there, little fairy. Any of those things would likely be sufficient.
At the mention of like good essence, you see like a little light bulb will just pop over Ray's head, like, I think I get it.
How dim is the light bulb?
It's extraordinarily bright, as is Ray's demeanor.
Nice.
I have
You
like
pull out the little good orbs.
I wasn't going to, but I probably have a few.
I mean, if not, we could honestly just clear out some of the undead in the jungle, and that should count as a good deed.
You said so. Wait, you said you were going to raise it?
Wait, actually, good question. Has anyone else, like, to this point, could other people actually see the good deed orbs, or are they just like? Can other people actually see them historically?
Have you ever tried to show them to anyone?
I mean, Ray probably wouldn't like try and do anything like stealthily, so maybe someone's seen them like feeding Holly every now and then, or them just materializing in the hand.
I mean, I imagine they are a
Like that
little
they know-
bright.
I'd like to think that nobody actually knows what they are. They're just like, oh yeah, there they go, feeding Holly some weird celestial pellets.
Candy.
But as far as you can tell, people seem to have noticed you feeding Holly things and occasionally playing with the ball, but nobody has ever given particular mind to the orbs themselves.
I see.
And that's probably more of a religion knowledge than arcana knowledge, kind of thing.
Then sure, I'll pull out a handful of them and just go, I've got it. Like these.
Fire Giant gingerly uses their fingertips to pick it up because their fingers are so dang big. As they take a look and they kind of like squeeze it a little bit, and it's like jelly, sort of. It like squishes as they put some pressure on it. And I go, what is this?
Do those ping off detect magic?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'd say so.
What spell school?
Probably, I want to say, oddly enough, evocation.
Because that's what cure spells are in this gen, or this edition.
That's because that's what cure scale of spells are. Yes.
They should be necromancy TBQH.
I don't even stranger. In this case, at least, I know in general that would make more sense, but in this specific instance,
Just don't eat it. They're not for you to eat.
they pass one over to Bushra, who kind of takes a look over at it, and as they kind of pull out like some glasses, dwarf-sized glasses that they can use to inspect it. They go, "Oh, this seems familiar. Back in the past, long ago, I was once brought the essence of a devil. This seems almost like the opposite of it. But that one was like a rigid black spear. This one is more of a... They kind of squish it a bit like a ball.
Hey, you be
Rigid
careful with
essence of
those.
good. If you have more of these, if I had a sufficient number of them, I think this would work.
However many I have on, I just like pull them all out. Given that they
Bushra,
often
go
get
ahead.
fed to Holly, I can't imagine there'd be too many left. But however many I have, I do pull them out.
Yeah, you pull up a small quantity of them, right? And you distribute them inside of like a little bag that Mushra brings out as they kind of like count them and kind of you see them with kind of like almost like performing calculations in their head. Though these aren't mathematical ones as they go. It's almost sufficient, but if you could get some more, I don't know where you got these from, or is this your only supply?
No, I can get lots more.
Then yes, I think this would count. This is sufficient to Golden Dragon's essence.
So combine that with the blue garnet, we're gonna head over to mine. All we need is just the base, the mask, the red one.
And
While
just
you're speaking about that, while you're considering that, let's bounce over to elocution for a second. I think the rest of what I would spend my time doing at that point would be focusing some of my training again on causal and anti-causal forces. I plan to cast Foresight on myself during the remainder of the long rest and train myself in my key along with other skitter widgets, constantly trying to practice strikes on me to train my senses and help me predict my outputs with future senses. If I can manage to manipulate my key to help my body react when something actually happens, that is what my goal currently is. I want to tap into the energy of a causal events and understand what no other causation means. And if I have additional time for flavor during the week or so, I'd enjoy taking a trip with the Well of Many Worlds to check out a few other realities and see if I can find one that seems safe enough. Due to elocution not needing to breathe, eat, or sleep, as well as total immunity to disease, necrotic, and poison, as well as resistance to fire and lightning, and total immunity to charm and fear, she feels comfortable exploring some of these extraordinary worlds she may come across. If I find one that I find safe enough for me, but maybe not for others, I might use it as an additional linker to my hub, or an extra place I could link to in the future as more of my safe house linkers. Interesting. Okay. Um, I'm trying to think what would be a good plane that matches a total immunity to disease, necrotic, and poison. I want to say Limbo fits pretty well. I'm trying to think. Limbo's kind of chaotic though.
The
Maybe a bit too.
Shadowfell, but it's a little spooky.
Yeah, Shadowfell actually works really well. Most of the dangers there would be very necrotic based. I think that probably would be fitting. As you go ahead and you spend some time doing that elocution, you bring out more of your skitty widgets and you begin your training with them to see how well you're able to get them to understand the idea of both causality and acausality to really break free from the shackles of cause and effect and to be able to almost instinctively adapt to the future. Go ahead and give me a. That would probably you're trying to teach him this, and a lot of that is very. I want to say it's very perception based, right? Incredibly perception based. So give me a perception check along with an. I want to say this is actually history, sort of. I kind of want to say this is history, so I'm trying to understand like sort of like an academic concept of sorts. Yes, you would be able to have foresight. So I'll give you the perception advantage with the foresight on, so you can have this perception advantage as long as you have it. Cool. That is pretty neat. Yes, perception at advantage due to your foresight and also history, as you're trying to get them to understand this academic concept of causality. Advantage, thankfully. Not at disadvantage, thankfully. Oh my god, if that was at normal and at disadvantage, that would have been so tragic. A one and a one. Got it. Okay. You go ahead and spend this time having these skitter widgets constantly trying to hit you as you practice sort of effortlessly dodging. And what you're kind of trying to do is, at first, it's like a very active process of thinking of like how to dodge. But then it turns over into uh not just learning how to dodge out of the way, but also like by looking at it, but also a more intuitive sense of how to dodge. But you want to go further than that because that's instinct. What you're trying to do is closer to being so aware of one's link to the effect of cause and effect that you can sort of predict the trajectory of events in a certain sequence in advance. Almost like imagine a computer that if it had perfect knowledge of the world would be able to reconstruct the order of events that a particular environment will take into effect. And so you start opening up your third mind to the possibilities. There's more to arrive later, Elocution, but at the very least, the first thing that happens among many is this. Your inner alchemy has improved, giving you something quite useful. And again, there's more to it that you will get than this. But there's again, I didn't have enough time to really get things prepared as much as I wanted. So apologies. Your inner alchemy has improved and granted you expertise in perception checks as you are expanding your awareness all around you beyond simply what you see, but also not just the things you don't see, but of the things that are to happen, that can be predicted to happen, and of things that might be an offshoot of things that might happen, the whole branch of possibilities in the palm of your hand. Not only do you get this, but you notice that your skitter widgets are getting enormously perceptive too, as they have also gained expertise in perception. They are learning from you. Divination wizard arc. But see, divination wizards use magic to predict the future. This isn't magic. This is like
This
processing.
is key, which is magic.
I'm punch. Speaking of punching, as Elocution ruminates on that, I believe we have somebody who we are checking to see what they're up to. Growl,
Excuse me. Excuse me. Speaking of pungent.
Speaking of pungent, pungent. You heard me say pungent.
What did you say?
I said pungent. I said punching. Punching.
I had pungent, and I was like, "Wait a minute."
Damn, you thought I really was gonna just growl like that? Just
God
like
damn. Right, sorry. Carry on.
That's toxic. That's toxic. Um, you go ahead and you're going through the ethereal plane and joining your Oni buddy over there as they kind of seem to be taking you through shortcuts through this plane where at first it looks like you're in one place, right? Like in Chult, but then as they kind of like enter what appears to be like an ordinary spot, you find yourself in a completely different part of the world. And they kind of like, it's like a secret set of paths that they only seem to be aware of that is taking you quite a lengthy distance across the world to places that you have never seen before.
Well, it's like Aladdin.
They will show you the world.
Okay.
Okay. You go ahead and finally they bring you over to somewhere. This new area that you've never been to before, certainly never seen previously, though it has some amount of familiarity in from your previous home, is that it seems like it is a land with cherry blossoms sprouting about the area and very large rice fields everywhere. Yes, that's right. You arrived at the equivalent of Japan land, fabled as it is.
Japanland, where, or is this Nippon Island?
We are almost there. Thank you for your patience and following.
Oh, could almost cry. I haven't been back home in so long.
It is so beautiful, especially at night. I like
For real.
the city, very fun, but I like my country home. I take you there.
Oh, yes, let's go. I'm excited.
All right, you go ahead, and Oni brings you finally to one last place where you can see the Oni's home, not too much further in the distance. It looks like a very large accommodation along with two side ones. But as you get closer, there's a sort of grisly scene there as well.
Oh. Uh, it's black. Let me refresh.
Oh, does this look black to you?
Yeah, it was black. Well, let me refresh.
Okay, let me see if that fixes it. Let me know.
Darkness, our old friend.
Darkness, my old friend.
Let me try again.
Not the right song. I just realized that is
Hmm?
the her Candlekeep song. I was like, huh, that sounds quite unlike the right one. And I know why that happened. Yeah, that's why. I understand. I understand what happened. Let me know if it's still black. I can easily fix it by just recreating the map really fast.
Yeah, it's still black. I
Still
see.
black,
Keep
but
saying
let me see if
access
I can reload.
unauthorized. Yeah.
Okay, let me go ahead and just create it again because all thankfully I didn't have like any tokens on it.
Yeah.
So it's not a not too difficult to make this happen. 1 second. I wonder if it's just this module I have because I'm trying to use one that swaps the maps around, and we had the similar sort of technical issue before as well, if you
Mhm.
recall. So I just might need to not use that module anymore. I might just get rid of it. It was handy. I think I'm gonna have trouble making more use of it than I already did anyway that one time. Like that's a pretty tough to top. Ah, here we go. Let me see. I think that should work now. Great. Let me just go ahead and set the singular token that's on this map back where it is and set the camera back to its original starting position. And I'll get rid of the old map in a bit. This is where you find yourself arriving.
I don't own any token with vision in this scene.
Ah, yeah. That. I always forget I need to do that. Because by default, they have token vision, but I usually turn it off. There we go.
Oh, hey. Well, it's bloody.
Oni smiles. Welcome to my home. I have some food for us after our long journey.
I,
You like
I, I
stew?
I love stew, but hey, there are a lot of dead people around. What's going on?
Oh, these people. I was home minding my own business. And then these people show up and they try to kill me. Can you believe it? So I took care of them because they were so mean and they shouldn't have done that.
Right.
Try refreshing since it works now.
I just
Apologies.
refreshed.
Okay,
Yeah.
great.
Okay. Well, I'm looking around, and are they like adults, like adult humans, or are they like children who are dead around me?
These all look like adults, and you do see that there are weapons inside of their hands.
Okay. Sure. So it does look more like a raid rather than like an ambush. Like, I mean, like the other way around, in a sense.
Yeah. Hold on, Russ. Are you able to see it, or did it still not load in?
I've just
I'm not
refreshed
sure.
again and it's worked.
Oh, perfect. Okay, great. All right. So, yeah, as you take a look over, for example, this person here in the water, go ahead and make me a perception check, bro. You're taking a look over at the water, see if there's much you notice. It's a little bit, murky with the blood and everything. But along with the hoe that they seem to have brought there with them, there's also a scythe that's in the water that looks unusually sharpened. Clearly not just meant for rice.
Hmm. So these people, these humans, they attacked you? Are they kind of like Oni racist?
Something like that. I think so. I try to go, and I don't go to the village. It's not too far away, but they're always so mean, and so I don't even try to hide among the people there anymore. That's why I started going to the big port. You know, the big sounds and the smell is so delicious.
Mm.
But then these people showed up, and it was so rude of them. I was just trying to make some food, but it's okay. Now, they go ahead and they reach in and they kind of pick up the dead body. This could be some good meat for the stew. Do you like this?
You know, I've never tried human before, but maybe that's a first for everything.
Oh, excellent. I will pick the teeth out later.
Oh my god. Reverse dungeon meshy.
You can go ahead and make an insight check, Ro.
Oh, okay. Oh,
You're
I know
not getting a good
nothing.
read on this, lad. They're definitely weird, that much you know.
Oh.
They gingerly pick up another body.
Oh my god, I'm gonna.
Oh, look at that. They broke my doors. Ah, I was so angry after the fight, I just left without cleaning up. I'm so sorry for the mess.
You live all out here by yourself?
Yes, it's safer this way. And
There
also,
aren't any other Oni folk like yourself?
not with me. I've never found anyone around here. I think maybe there used to be more. I heard tales about it sometimes from the people when I used to eavesdrop on their conversations. But I am the only one. So you are so curious because I thought you would look like me. But you are so little.
Hey, I think I'm pretty big.
What is this? They can I they kind of extend like one of their long nails toward the tattoos that you have from your spell rod tattoo.
My what tattoo?
You have that tattoo that you had the inscribed, the one that gives you a bunch of AC.
Oh, the barrier one? Yeah.
Oh, can I inspect that tattoo? It looks interesting.
Yeah, and I totally flex my tattoo.
Yeah, they go ahead and their neck kind of like cranes a little bit to the left and they crane a little bit to the right as they kind of like uses their nail. They're being very cautious and very careful as they just are like looking it over and like poking at it. Inferior to Oni magic. I totally teach you something better than this. I will help you.
Show me the way.
Please make yourself at home. I will show you first, but I need to clean first, and then, and food. Actually, no, food, then cleaning, and then training. After the next day, though, it's been a long journey. Too far sometimes. It makes my legs tired. They weren't
Alright,
even
well,
much.
let me help you with the cleaning. Can I use like thaumaturgy to just like clean up a bit?
Do you have thaumaturgy? Oh my god, you have
I
thaumaturgy.
do. I just never used it. I have a lot of things I've never used.
That's fair.
Yeah.
I don't think Domitor is the one that cleans things, though. I think that's
Oh.
It's
Pred-
prestidigitation.
Prestidigitation.
Oh, yeah, right. Sorry.
I
Fair, I
buy
can just make
Pred-
loud noises.
I buy that Growl can clean
Well,
things by
actually-
shouting at them.
Actually, well, this might be funny. Growl, Growl believes that they have the spell that cleans things, right? They just haven't used it in a really long time, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Growl casts Thaumaturgy and it has the effects of prestidigitation.
Nice.
Their sheer belief in it working this way makes it work this way, as they have both cantrips now.
Nice.
I'll actually import that onto your sheet more specifically.
Thank you.
Cool.
Such a random skill.
Give me a moment. I had it set the monk spells, and it's like, what?
Uh,
There we go. You now have access to the cleaning
Yes, cleaning spell.
It's a pretty
area.
neat cantrip.
What
Like, you can make anything taste like anything, for good
Oh.
and for ill.
Oh, I guess I am gonna eat human then.
You use it and you clean up some of the mess. Oh yes, this will do it very nicely. I do not mean to impose. You can wait until after food, but it will give me a bit. I need to properly cook this. As you see them sling, they casually rip one of the arms off of the bodies.
Cool.
We'll get to cooking. You enter to their home, and outside of the exterior is bloodied, with all of the fighting. But beyond the entrance, it's actually nice and clean. For the most part inside. There's like a weird teeth collection in the corner, but that's about it.
Can I this is definitely like his home. Like there are no other beds, right? It's just like a one like person living here for sure.
It looks like if they have any carpentry skills, certainly not been displayed. Their bed is actually a makeshift of 3 other beds that look like they have been kind of crawled together from 3 different sources.
Right, sure. Okay. To make one long big bed. See.
Looking at the rest of it, you see that a lot of what they have is sort of cobbled together is probably describing it. Although it's mostly clean, the things that they have look like they are like almost hand-me-downs or trash or otherwise things that they just kind of picked up that suit their body frame, as most furniture for medium-sized creatures would be unsuitable for them. Thus, you don't actually see much in here that indicates that there is any occupancy from a medium-sized creature. You can make another perception check as well. Actually, you're investigating at this point as you're looking around as they're going to cook. Go and make an investigation check.
I just feel like I've entered Shrek's swamp and I'm really suspicious.
You're looking around, right? So that's a lot of what you found. You also take a look a bit more at that teeth collection. The teeth collection looks like it's a variety of different teeth from a lot of sources. You got some human teeth in there, some boar teeth, some deer teeth, some rabbit teeth, and then you look and you even see that they only have some of their own teeth in there as well.
Teeth. Do you like to collect teeth?
Shouting from the other room, "Oh yes, it's a hobby of mine. I have so many of them, and they all have their own stories."
Stories?
Like, do you collect teeth too? Are you a collector?
No, wait. No, wait. That's a lie. Hold on. Don't I have something? Oh no, it's not. I have a fish tooth randomly. No.
I do remember someone taking some trophies, like Chasme hands.
Yes, I had that, but I
It
did.
was.
Yeah, I
well,
definitely
I
have
also
that.
took some, but not to collect kick.
Oh, I had that. No, I did. I took the fish tooth from that giant fish, didn't I? Don't know how I'm carrying that. No. The giant fish from
big
the island. Yeah, it's fucking massive. I don't really know if I really have that. But I did. I did take that. I have collected one single tooth before. But nothing like humanoid.
When you take note of this, Growl, thinking about the random tooth that you have inside your inventory.
Oh. Seems like there's like a mixture of teeth in here. Even some that look kind of oni, like my own.
It looks like it's the Oni's own teeth, their own long yellow graingly teeth. They have a
Oh
few.
yeah.
So,
I was kind of asking. Sorry, that was in character.
oh, I see. Sorry. Yes, sometimes my teeth fall out when I'm biting into some bones, and then when they fall, I like to collect them. It's kind of how it started. At first, it was just mine, and then I found some more, and then at that point, you have to just keep going. It's a good hobby. It's like It's like gardening, sort of. Like there's rice out here, but the rice is boring. It all looks the same.
So you just display the teeth. You don't. There's nothing magical about these, right?
No, no, there's nothing necessary about them. It's just for fun.
Okay. I feel like I've heard a story about teeth before, but maybe that's like a weird uh human thing. Uh anyway, nice place you have here, except that it's all ransacked, but
I don't know how I will fix those doors later. It's fine. It's not the bug season right now. You can smell the stew. It smells actually good. It's a little bit concerning. It smells good.
very concerning. Mm.
You finally arrive over at the table after like a little bit of time and looking around. The stew ends up getting finished over within like the next hour and a half. As I go, okay, uh, dinner is ready. Let's have you for dinner.
Let me see how much I like this.
Did you say let's have you for dinner? Is that what they said?
Jesus.
Okay, okay. Fair enough.
I think Growl really likes this.
Just want to make sure.
The stew. If you didn't know any better, you would not have suspected that this was like human meat inside of it.
Oh lord.
And so you taste it. At first, you kind of like gingerly like sip it, and wow, this is actually pretty solid. It's sort of like a pork broth, except if it had like a little bit more fat to it.
Extremely concerned, but enjoying herself, Growl. Wow, this is actually delicious. Delicious. I should be eating my friends. Well, actually, no one's. There's only like one humanoid. Huh. I wonder how my friends taste.
Mm.
Speaking of your friends, that's a good segue as they get just chatting a bit right there as we return back over to the others. We'll be bouncing around so nobody has to, go too long without them getting to do anything. So since you just arrived at the tail end of their forging conversation, I believe, Sin, which is that they grab certain mines and raise good deed orbs that will be enough to craft this golden dragon mask that they were coveting.
If they do what in the mine? Sorry.
If I harvest some blue garnet from the mines.
Okay. Is it a new day by any chance, or is it still the same day?
Same day, but I
Uh,
mean, like it's getting there. It's getting on the later side. I mean,
we
y'all are in the afternoon.
like we did transport via plants like in the morning, and in the dino races maybe it took a few hours, and in wind walk here would have taken like 3 hours maybe. So it's probably like somewhere afternoon or evening on the first day.
Yeah, and Growl was also just eating dinner.
Okay. Um, since I'm currently sitting, I guess I can offer my scouting skills and observation to help you guys look wherever you need to look.
I can sense gems, so I was honestly more concerned with the actual physical harvesting, the physical mining.
Oh, if that was the case, then I can probably whip out Nameless at some point.
But yeah, like if you, I need to get back to my computer real quick. If you look at the spell description of Commune with Nature, it does say that you can just find gems.
Oh, that's convenient. All right, so look at that. Commune with nature.
I mean, I'm not actually casting it here because it won't work in here, but I'm just putting the text.
Oh, got it. Prevalent plants, minerals, animals, or people. That is pretty notable. By the way, Jamie, if there's more you're doing, I know that you were talking about it. Just Shadowfell is definitely one that's caught your interest, though. Well, yeah, I see you're typing. Okay, just making sure. All right. Oh, and you also could determine. Oh, you also 3 factor your choice. Anything else you want to learn when you're using it?
I mean, I can't use it in the Harakamar because that counts as
Right. Sorry, I meant later because presumably you can choose more than just minerals.
Yeah. Like presumably I would just do like the standards, like powerful things, influence from other planes, because like those are probably pretty useful to know about beforehand, you know?
Yeah, makes sense. Okay. And Ray, what's your plan in the meantime?
Are we like resting overnight before traveling, or are we just going like straight away?
I mean, Jojiro was planning on just wind walking straight over to the mine right away, get it over with.
Then mines it is for Ray. Maybe when there's a bit of downtime, preferably before like a long rest, like an evening long rest. Might like look for some undead and then just like see if we could just purify a few of them. You know, do our
I mean,
bit.
if we see any undead along the way, we could like wind walk, kill them, wind walk, and continue on our way.
Oh yeah, that
Oh,
works.
yeah,
We just
walk again.
don't do it like when they see us though, because it does take a minute while you're incapacitated during that minute when you're shifting forms.
Got it.
If we are headed though, I do want to. Like, sadly, I will be going up higher in the air some and seeing if I can try to catch a sight of whatever dragon I sensed in the lake. Like as we go west. Actually, we're heading northwest, aren't we? We might actually go directly over it.
Oh, like over the lake?
Yeah, because like I'm pretty certain that it was somewhere over here, right? So like if we're headed in a straight path, we'd go over the lake.
No, it wasn't over there. It was actually over here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I mean, that's not wrong. It's not a big detour, really. Like I'll still like within distance of seeing whoever, see if I can catch sight of whatever dragon is there, like as we're headed.
All right. Then, you bid adieu to Musharib, and the fire giant walks out with all of you at the same time. Right? They're just like, I'm heading out as well. There's a long tunnel on the way
Yeah.
out that you're having to go through, and
And
as you're going through,
it's also not very big, so I'm assuming he's gonna have issues with that.
it's actually been expanded.
Oh. I would have assumed the dwarves would have kept it nice and dwarven sized.
Moving your way through the long tunnel, the fire giant kind of just casually asks you, Ray, what actually is causing you to make this mask, by the way, if I may ask?
What's causing, right?
You have a great war to fight?
Yeah, kind of. Not. I mean, In a theoretical sense, yes. I have an endless war to fight. Or I think Bojons are endless. They're probably endless.
Pretty close. They kind of gruffly nod their head at that. Otherwise, you exit out of the tunnel with no further disturbance as the fire giant just casually starts just kind of walking down the side of the mountain.
Bye bye, Ganon.
All right, your wind walk is ready. Rivali's a gale, it's ready.
That's a reference lost on me. I have to use my 7th level spell slot for this because I'm out of 6ths.
Maybe I should also buy a
Form
wind
of?
walk in the future.
Form of wind.
But yeah,
All
I
right,
suppose that's it.
Yeah, Sin, Nameless, and Jujura. Wait, Sin, Nameless, and Jujura. No, Jujura is Sin, right? Hold on. Wait.
Something's not right there.
Wait. Hold on. Hold on. Wait. Hold on. Wait.
Oh, Foundry is super laggy. I just tried to open my stuff. Unfortunate.
Try to put your stuff.
I don't know. I just try to open up my stuff, and it's like super laggy. Is it lagging for you guys?
Seems fine for me.
Weird. I don't have anything open right now.
Strange. Very, very strange. Very, very strange indeed. One sorry, I was just checking that. Also, I just noticed on Sin's character sheet, it says they're level 18. They should be level 19.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I am. Is Nameless also in the same category?
I'm not sure.
I never leveled to 19. Did
Oh.
I?
Hey,
Hang on.
hey, the Chocho. Oh my god,
mean,
yeah, they're level 18. They're not even level 19.
That might have been useful during the Grant fire.
Oh my
Oh no!
During the
Oh, no.
what?
Grant is in Metal Dragon.
Oh.
You know the fight we almost wiped on?
Yeah, I can choose an extra feat for Sin.
Oh my god. That prevents
And I
people from dying feet. God damn it, Kristen.
No, I don't. I actually don't have a fee for level 19 right now because I don't know what I want. There's nothing left that I really want.
There's always the ASI choice.
I mean, I'm probably just gonna pick something that's like survivability because there's nothing else that like really stands out for him.
You could always get lucky. It's hard to go wrong with lucky. It's a
Yeah, I have lucky
Yep.
written down with the question mark right here.
girl, you know.
Lucky?
Nice. We like lucky.
I love Lucky.
Let me see what Nameless gets.
Okay. While you're considering that, you begin all wind walking. You said you're going to try going over Lake Luau first, Jojo?
Not necessarily directly over it, but close enough to see if I can catch sight of the dragon I sensed. We're also going to be on the lookout for undead.
Okay. You're floating through the air, right? And you can see quite far across the continent from up here. Go ahead and make a perception check to see how much of the dragon you can find, if much.
Sorry, side note. How do I change my level since the up the level up thing doesn't work anymore?
I think you had to import it, right?
I thought we had to manually do it, like
Yeah.
on
Yeah, you
the...
have to manually do it. You can't do it the old way anymore. Or something. You know,
Huh.
hang on. I don't know. What Nameless has a level 19 feature right here that
Oh, no,
also
I
lets
did
you
it.
get
I
level
just leveled
19
you to
spell.
19. Dun dun dun. Done.
On Sin or Nameless?
Sin, and let me see if I can do it on nameless. Oh wait, you have like 4 classes. Which one are you leveling up?
Warlock.
Okay, Warlock. So level 9 Warlock. There we go. Done. Ta-da.
Oh, okay. I probably have to click into this. Okay.
Ray, you're looking, and you notice that there are trees below you.
I point them out.
You're just floating through the air, and I just imagine going, there are trees. It's like, yeah, there are, buddy. Yeah, there are. Trajira, you on the other hand, your perception is unnaturally cracked at this exact moment. Here in the air, floating through. Like, you've never had wings as a dragon, right? Despite all the other things you've had as a dragon, you've never developed wings. You have no intention of developing wings. But this is what it's like to take flight as a dragon through the air, and it kind of brings forward memories of echoes of dragons that seem to resonate within your mind that are really helping you out on this perception check. You actually see one of your echoes flying alongside you. This one does have uh, not wings. They look like not like physical wings, but they look like they're little telepathic wings as they fade off into the distance and toward Lake Luau, where you do catch the glimpse of a green dragon down there. Looks like
Green.
it's just basking at the moment on in the middle of the lake, in the middle of some brush.
I don't think there's any reason to go poking that particular dragon.
Horde expansion.
Maybe. Maybe I should warn Mushiri that there is a green dragon nearby Harakamar, like just in case. Like I can do that telepathically.
Oh, okay. You receive a message back. Oh, is there?
Yeah, like in the lake right now.
I guess
Just
that
felt
means I
like that
should.
was.
Hold on. They say I should, and then they kind of pause as if they're considering something. Jojira, you can consider that like their first inclination was to remove the threat. Then they considered who they were talking to with your insight. You can tell that's what that pause indicated. As they go, I will see what I can do about talking with the dragon. See if we can form an alliance. Maybe I can get its fire to help with some of the forge.
I mean, green dragons breathe poison, not fire.
Oh. They hang up. You hear that little quickie noise, or like the dial sound. Do, do, do.
I mean, that's a little concerning to me. Like, I'm metallic, but I still consider, like, chromatic dragons to be distant family. So I might, when I get back to Rakamar, try to see if I can help negotiations, maybe. But right now, I'm task-oriented. I'm set on going to the mine right now.
On a mission. Flying over this particular area, heading over to the mine. Speaking of being task-oriented, you do see little roaming bands of undead through brushes and the crowd. Mostly they're things like, little zombies and skeletons, the occasional zombie T-Rex or zombie dinosaur. You see some bone, what are those guys called? Bone claws? You see a bone claw here or there, right? There's a more undead than you expected in this area, as this area seems to have an unnaturally large amount of undead.
And I'm gonna ping Ray, ask if she wants to eliminate these while we're on the way.
Hell yeah.
Alright. I'll try to find, like, a spot, like, probably high above them, like, where we can shift back without them, like, attacking us while we're shifting.
You find a nice, easy place. They're kind of stupid, so you find an easy chance to just ambush them and pretty much annihilate them in one fell swoop. As Ray, you slap through one of the smaller ones, a tiny little one singular good deed orb appears from your efforts.
Oh, this is gonna take a while. We need to find bigger undead. Can you ask the trees if there's any bigger undeads around here?
I was about to literally just, like, wordlessly cast Commune with Nature and search out powerful undead in the area. I think I can sense within 3 miles.
All right, yeah. And you have some time to just kind of shift back, right? Because it doesn't take long to shift back and forward, so you can like go 3 miles real quick, and then like kind of like really inspect the area.
Yeah. And Windwalk lasts 8 hours, and I can just keep going back into it during those 8 hours.
Yeah. Okay. You go ahead and you keep doing so, right? You go 3 miles or so and you inspect, and then 3 miles and inspect, and then eventually you finally find something that's pinging off as a strong undead. You are clearing other undead during this time, and you're gathering like an orb here and an orb there. But like you noted, Ray, these guys are chumps. You're all so strong. It's literally not even worth putting your tokens on the map. You just annihilate them in one turn without any kind of resource expenditure whatsoever. But finally, you ping off on something that seems a bit larger than most.
Right, I suppose I'm gonna scout that out from Windwalk form. It's not airborne, right? Like I'm not sensing it up in the air.
No, it's not airborne.
Okay, we'll just use our airborne advantage for scouting it then.
Fine. I'll make a perception check once again, Trujillo. Actually, I'll make this one for Sin because Sin's also got perception, and so while you're busy like divining like the location and everything and maneuvering your way and leading the way, I'll get Sin did mention that they have really good scouting capabilities, so that might come in handy here. Very cool. Reliable talent. 27 is literally your minimum perception. That's crazy. Um,
Ayo.
as you're scouting ahead, right? So that way you won't get like surprised by an undead. That's when you finally find it. And although to most people in the shade of the tree and under the dark of the upcoming night, it kind of looks like just a big tree. But you find one of these guys, a night walker.
Those are spooky, if I remember right. We fought. I mean, Jordan, Cursebreaker, and Fenval's Tomb Annihilators fought one, or at least one, like on the airship over to the Tomb of Annihilation, right?
They're kind of deadly, yes. But they mostly had like a numbers advantage that time. Here, this is the only one you see so far. Although there might be a second.
I was about to say, like, I want to ping for others.
You find a second as well, and that seems to be all you can find. They seem inanimate at the moment, as if they were almost disabled.
Um, they resisted a fuck ton of things, if I remember right.
Is this because like they don't sense us, or because like there's something like wrong?
It seems like it's looking at you walking by, but contrary to how it should be behaving, it's just not being aggressive. As if the insight kicks in once again. It must have lost its purpose at some point for whatever it used to do. And now it just stands here. As you contemplate how to address that, Jamie, I believe you have something typed up. You know, these little clouds up on the map add a lot. I wish I could have done that on Roll20. Elocution is happy to share with anyone interested about their reasoning for this training, mostly to do with egregore concepts and other group manifestations of a non-physical entity that can protect an individual or group. Something different from conjuration and closer to evocation. I think we all have the ability to tap into the greater collective unconsciousness and form an ideal future, be that the goal itself or an entity capable of protection. Being able to see an ideal future is a start, and setting yourself up with multiple contingencies is the start of all that. I mean that in the literal sense as well, with the power of something like contingency as well, without restriction on magical energy, an entity capable of full protection and prediction, an anti-causal system that requires zero present input to prevent a future incident, an anti-causal egregorian protector. Oh my Godson.
Okay, I fixed it. Don't worry about it.
Got it. Elocution considers where the home base of these operations are. They know that they are on the verge of becoming a patron as well, and being a patron is going to significantly expand our possibilities. Elocution considers what kinds of worlds they might be interested in, and they consider the Shadowfell. It seems perfectly suited for their resistances and immunities, but is this the ideal future? Because the ideal future they have in mind is more of like an abandoned city where the world is still and the sun is bright and shining with a clear sky, where the sunlight is like a cool fall breeze.
It doesn't sound like Shadowfell, but if you want to go to Shadowfell, I'm sure Nameless can introduce you.
Right. So that's what they consider. They consider Shadowfall first, but it doesn't seem to quite match with what they have in mind. Something closer to like a large abandoned city that can be rebuilt is more that they are thinking about. He just scammed him. To be fair, Warlock patrons, after they give you your power, they can't do anything else. Like they don't have any other capabilities.
Your power is still learned even if you gained it from a patron.
Yeah, speaking of, one thing I probably need to do with the Warlock Patron, the capstone, is I was thinking about it, and I think it is weird that you kind of lose your Warlock features by trying to become your own patron. So I think it makes sense that it just adds on to your existing features over time. That probably makes it more capstone worthy anyway. So I'll do that later. So Elocution, you'll still keep your regular patron abilities as you unlock your own as well, but your patrons won't have your Dark Ones stuff. They'll just have your elocution based patron features that you create.
The rare double subclass.
Yeah, basically, it's basically you're progressively creating your own subclass. All right, elocution considers possibilities there. Speaking of possibilities, Growl.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and sorry, I'm changing this map in advance so that way I don't have to rely on that module, which seems a bit scuffed sometimes. Sorry. Yeah, is there?
That's a
And
good
so
looking map.
that's what I was telling them. If you don't leave now, I will tear off your hand. And then they gave me the middle finger, so I took it.
That's hilarious. Oh my god.
Okay, it's been a long day. Let me. Oh, look at the portal on. They kind of like rush excitedly out to take a look over at the fireflies that have gathered everywhere. This is something you do not see in the city. It's why I like it out here so much.
Wow. I haven't seen something like this in a really long time.
You know, for you were actually, I'm curious. Were you like a kid at some point, or were you like me and just born? Like they kind of just wave at their own body with like a kind of a wild gesture.
Was I what? Was I born? Like what?
Yes, were you born like a little kid and like a little baby, and then you grow tall? Maybe that's why you're not so big.
What do you mean? How did you grow?
I did not grow. I was like this from my first memory, and it has
No
always.
way. You just kind of poofed into existence?
That's right. I do not remember the circumstances anymore. It has been so long, but I have no memories of anything else. This, they kind of look in motion to the fireflies, was kind of like my first memory. Though it wasn't here, I have changed homes more than once, but I try not to stray too far from this area.
So, I mean, what kind of being are you?
I am an Oni. What are you? You are Oni.
But even Oni grow from babies. At least that's what I've been told.
Hmm. That's interesting. Well, you are the only other Oni I have really ever met, so I believe you. Maybe I'm not Oni then.
Hmm.
They contemplate the concept that they are not an Oni. That is a strange thought. But I guess it matters not. Maybe I will call myself Oni anyway, even if not an Oni I am.
Hey, just embrace whoever you are. No labels, right?
Hmm? That's right. Ugh, it's getting late. Let us take some sleep and not have the nightmares.
Cool, I'll just sleep on the floor.
No, 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 no. Hold on. They kind of like grab one of the 3 beds and they kind of set it somewhere. There. Oh,
Oh,
can
thank you.
sleep in this one.
Thank you very much.
Hold on. I don't have guest room, but they go ahead and they place the bed like in the living room, separate from where where they sleep. There. This is good.
Thanks.
I have bad morning habits. You don't want to see it. Okay, I will head off, but as I'm going, there was a funny expression I heard in the city. It was like, "Good night, sleep tight. Do not let the bugs bite." Like that. It's very funny. So,
Hilarious. Yes.
yeah. They close the door to the room. Ka-doo.
Hmm.
It's a quiet night, but this bed seems fine. It's not the most comfortable bed you've ever slept on.
Do I still have like a skill widget with me?
Yeah, you could definitely still have your pocket skitty.
Okay, I'll just turn my skitty on and put it beside me so it can warn me if anything is gonna come and try to kill me in the night.
All right. Their skitter widget obeys and it stands like normally they kind of have like they're always kind of moving around a little bit as they're curious little robotic creatures, but now after just command it like it kind of stands tall like a dog sentry.
Nice.
And thus you begin drifting to sleep, waiting to see if anything happens during the night. Meanwhile, back in the jungle.
I mean, does Ray want to destroy these?
I'm gonna go chat with one of them.
Do they speak languages? I mean, Ray probably knows better than I do because undead is religion. She's got religion, I don't.
Aqua, do they speak languages?
It varies based on the undead.
I mean,
And
that's why we.
not necessarily respond.
I was gonna say that's why we're asking about Nightwalkers in particular.
For Nightwalkers in particular, you go ahead and try to speak something to it. And its eyes are following you as you're speaking. But that's it.
Holly has telepathy if they can't speak. Though I guess they can't. Oh, I know. I'm gonna order one of them to like do something relatively benign, like raise an arm.
Its eye just continues to follow you. You do mention the telepathy though. Could you explain more about what Holly's telepathy is like?
It just says on their character sheet, telepathy 120 feet. It doesn't provide any other details.
Amazing.
I mean,
That's
I think the general standard is you have to share a language for telepathy to work.
that is correct. You usually need some amount of sharedness.
God damn it. This is... Bring back Yukishana.
I don't know. I mean, this is bizarre, honestly, but undead are still perverted mockeries of life, so Dodira is like down for destroying these if Ari wants to.
Sure. Like, what happens if I try and like move one of them? Like push them a little bit.
Don't they have like a dangerous touch?
As you kind of lightly kind of push them a bit, and it kind of moves a little bit as if to push you back.
I'm going to ask the smartest person in the party for help. Holly, what do you think we should do?
Holly trumpets.
God damn it. Well, I think it's sad to not have any purpose, so we can send them to sleep and they can finally rest.
Mercy kill.
I get out my cell phone and call home for divine intervention.
Oh, and here I thought you were going to try to use your destroy undead thing.
We can do both.
Okay, go ahead and roll the divine intervention die.
I'd like to just simply ask for the proxy to turn up since I've not actually got the, like, you know, the actual divine intervention. Yeah. So.
Oh, right, yeah, huh?
It's a third of my cleric level, which will be 6.33 in terms of spell level effectiveness.
Okay. What would you like to ask a proxy for?
Some our strongest, our finest, Lunia undead beam, anti-undead beam.
You got it. Okay. As you call down the power of a very large beam of light that is shining down from the moon, down over onto these two undead. Hold on, I'm just checking something. Give me a moment. This particularly large beam is able to persist on top of both of these two, which is at the beginning of the turn what causes them to immediately take a sizable chunk of radiant damage. You know, assuming they didn't succeed. 25 radiant damage each, which is when they both begin moving. The ray of light is homing in on them and is not letting up, but they are now like moving once more and are aggressively motioning toward all three of you. This is a call for an initiative.
An enemy I can actually beat on initiative?
They are just kind of waking up. Give them a second.
Wait, why do I have Holly roll for initiative? Hold
Art
on.
was eating a sandwich. Did we make the Nightwalkers mad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. Little. Just double checking something.
It's still funny. I barely beat them on initiative.
That is pretty funny. It's like, so strong, and yet.
Oh, I'm fucking partnered up with the alert duo here. Like,
Yeah, wow, you
fucking
get alert
hell,
too.
man.
Yeah, get alert.
Oh, I didn't choose my last feat yet. What should I pick? Oh man.
Take alert again.
Critical alert again.
This will work for now. All right. All four of you get to move up first as you see these Nightwalkers begin getting into motion after getting hit by this incredibly big radiant beam of light.
Let me
The light
turn
is
an
still there.
effect.
They're going to take damage at the start of each turn.
We're like between them like this?
Yeah, basically. I mean, you have time to move though.
Was I in my default like hide status?
Yeah. Presumably, you saw what Ray was up to, and you were like, "Yeah, I don't want to. I
Okay.
don't want part of that."
They're actually
I
this
am-
big though.
I am blasting
Huge.
both of them with synaptic static.
Yeah, I'm just gonna like go over to the side and like slap them with an attack plus linearing with ambush.
Interesting. All right, go ahead and hit that synaptic static first. Let's see how that goes.
I mean, I did roll it. It's you guys that
Okay.
need to make the end saves.
Sorry, I had to scroll down. That's why. Their ends is nothing noteworthy, and so they take the 32 psychic damage.
Is there anything you guys want to know about their stats?
Is this like just the basic stats, or is there something else that we can learn? Like, can we learn about their features?
I can select any single characteristic of a creature and learn it.
We want their
I also learn
active
the
features.
Yeah, I also get their available actions and features they're actively using, in addition to that one thing I choose to learn. I'll put it in chat. Yeah, is there a save or an AC or HP or resistance or anything you want to know?
Dealer's choice. I feel like I've got a kind of set action anyway, so.
What's their resistance to lightning?
Resistance to lightning, they have it, actually. They have a lot
So
of
they-
resistance. But
Okay, so they're lightning resistant. And we also do learn their available actions and features they're actively using.
depends on- they are using a feature called Annihilating Aura Life Eater, and their main action is called a Finger of Doom.
Right.
And-
Well,
and
all
they're-
of its their attack rolls are reduced by d6s right now because of synaptic static.
Very cool. Very cool. Very, very cool.
Are they with both within 5 feet of me? Are they? Is this like literally how it's laid out? Is both of them within 5 feet of me?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you should probably. Maybe it don't matter, because fucking hell, Sin.
It's a lot of damage.
Do they
And
still
that is
exist
the-
after that?
Let's find out. Hold on. Piercing, fire, and none? Oh, that's sneak attack.
That's piercing. The fire is only 28.
Yeah, so that's 14 less damage as they are resistant to that. So that is. What could the change? It's a 260.
It's a 273, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm too tired to do math.
Okay.
They are badly injured after that hit from the Carmine Razor on both of them, with the linear ring extending it out to hit each one.
One more attack.
But just a regular one this time. Just a normal old Razor.
25.
That does connect, but yeah, that's it. It just connects. That's it. For that one, you don't get sneak attack though.
Yeah,
Like,
I can't like turn it off on those ones, so it's just 10. 10. Wait, I'll actually do that minus 91. Hang on, let me just get a calculator.
Also, what's the plus 30? There's a plus 30 on there. That's also from sneak attack.
Should not be. That's from sneak attack. That should be the addition. Wait, why is that on there? Oh yeah, that is additional. Why isn't it showing on the bottom? That is so confusing. It's 20. 20 damage.
20 damage. All right. So you
Yeah.
get some. I just imagine it. First, you unleash with this incredibly strong hit that lands on both of them, and then poke.
Poke.
If they are both within 5 feet of me, my Shock Blast Arcano Voltaic Breath can hit both of them from here.
All right, go for it.
I rolled it. It's above the razor.
Oh, I see.
The DC should be lower than that, but I don't think it matters.
This not. Their dexterity isn't high enough, and they will take the full 65 damage, which is reduced in half. Or are you doing
wait,
it?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm about to convert. I was going to convert it to Psychic, so we'll do 14 less, so it's 51, but it's full 51.
All right, and Ray.
I may move some respectable distance away. I don't know how far I have here.
Sure. I will drop
Very far away.
a double cast moonbeam on them at 6th level. 5th level. 5th level.
5th level. All right, go for it.
And as this is a domain spell and they are undead, they will do their throw at disadvantage and they are vulnerable to the damage.
All right, roll the damage.
Uno momento.
Uno mento. And they're vulnerable to this, she said.
Yes.
Okay.
When they start their turn on it, anyway.
Yeah, yes. All right. I mean, here's what happens as soon as they start their turn. First, your moonbeam impacts them for 62 damage. One of them takes only 31 after succeeding on it. And then the light from the heaven connects down onto them as well for another 45 damage, which means before they even get a chance to move from their slumber, both of them have expired. You casually just threw down like 100-something damage to both of them.
I'll put my hands together and just say, may you finally rest.
On every size, good deed orb materializes as it like you're literally like you have to hold it like a big beach ball to hold on to it, right?
I'm gonna give it to Holly to hold. With the explicit command to not eat it.
Imagine if they tried and they were just like going up their snout like a snake eating like a watermelon.
That's not how.
Elephants do not eat through their trunks. Excuse me?
Excuse me. That's like eating through your nose. Excuse me.
Yeah.
I do that all the time.
What? What?
Sorry. But no, you as you gave the orb to Holly, you see that they were like chewing on it. You were telling them not to eat it, Ray.
Hey, stop.
Sad trumpet noises.
And you could probably give them some of the smaller ones. I'm not certain we're gonna need them for your mask with that big one.
Look, Holly ain't done anything in this fight. They can have treats when they do something. They already got treats from winning the air race. You know, we got to space these out.
For you were aware with your Arcana knowledges because you have a few of them. I think, Jajira, you have expertise. Ray, but you just believe whatever Jajira says. These walkers are normally quite high CR threats. Y'all are just so strong that they just went down incredibly fast.
I mean, thanks to Sin.
It certainly helped. They were lined up just perfectly.
Okay, I think it's time to get onto the mine then.
Three of you continue flying and finally find yourself at the mine. It seems inconspicuous at first, but then as you get closer, it's very clearly an old mine with wooden equipment on that has quickly begun deteriorating over the years and the humidity. Pickaxes whose splintered bases barely reveal that they ever used to have any. There's a metallic track that is rusted over and is clearly unoperational that leads down to the heart of an incredibly tall cavern.
And I wasn't planning on using the tools of the Dokal anyway. I guess just imagine I'm
I'll be right
clicking
back.
commune with nature here to search for gems, particularly blue garnet.
Ooh, ask the trees if there's any diamonds in there. Wait, how would trees know
I will
what's on the
also-
ground?
I mean, it's not just trees. Like the whole prime material plane, like, is communing with me, which includes the earth, not just plant life.
That may be so, but Ray only thinks of it as trees.
Reject your reality, substitutes their own.
So yeah, blue garnet, diamonds, and planar influence.
Okay. You look to see if you can find both. And interestingly, you kind of find a little bit of planar influence in this area, as in it seems like a pocket where elemental energies kind of coalesce a little bit. You do
Fire
detect
elementals did exist here, if I remember right.
yes. And so you do detect that there are gems embedded in the ground below the main cavern, where when you exit down, you see that the walls are still scorched with a fire breath from long ago in the past. It's now permanently etched over into this wall. There is a little silhouette of a man um, against the wall as well. That's there anymore.
I'm gonna just like graze my claws over the scorch mark, trying to feel like if there's like any connection to the dragon that made it.
You go ahead and make yourself. Let's say that's Arcana. Yeah, let's go Arcana.
Okay.
Actually, that might be history, but it's history related to dragons. So
I have expertise in
History.
that because of that too, so it's the same roll for me.
yeah, nice. But one is more flavorful. We like flavor.
I just need to change that to expertise. Whoops. And then change it back. Yeah, I don't have any way of boosting that roll.
Yeah, it's like nostalgic in the same way that you breathe your own breath weapon and constantly, murderize things around you. Regardless, there is a lot of stone between you and the nearest gem. It's going to take quite a lot of digging to reach it.
I'm gonna ask Ray if she prepared any summoning spells that could help with this.
Let me check.
Yeah, I do reconsider that. Also consider it's like the dead of night.
I feel like most summons don't need sleep. I don't.
Okay, back. What's happening?
We're in the mine now, and I've detected the gems, but they're quite a bit below us, so we would have to basically dig straight down through solid stone to get to them. So if Sin or Nameless have any way to help with that.
Nameless has not find the path. That spell that literally creates a path through rock. At least one of them do. I don't know who it is.
Pass wall?
Yeah. Hang on. Wait, what level is path wall?
I think it's 5th.
Yeah, I have path wall. On
We
Nameless.
should, I feel like we should do it at an angle, but that would be like tremendously helpful. Like at an angle so that we're not headed straight down and just fall, you know?
Oh,
What's wrong with falling? Surely nothing wrong with that.
Oh, just for the sake of others, for reference, could you place the passwall spell into chat?
Yeah. Do you need Sin for like anything else before we switch?
It's basically just a matter of getting to and retrieving and carrying, so I don't know if what Sin's actual specialties are besides murderizing things with sneak attack.
Mostly scouting is I can probably go forward ahead of like a little bit to see if there's any like weird creatures around. And then after that, I can swap to Nameless, and we can take the shortcut. Oh.
You rapidly scale around to see if there's anything that might try and interfere, and go make a perception check as you do a quick scan. I don't know why I bought her. In the best of ways. Welcome to
Guess I keep rolling really low on that.
not with that reliable talent. It's too reliable. You go ahead and scout around, and there doesn't appear to be anything in the immediate vicinity that would interrupt your excavations. Also, I didn't realize passwall could be used that way. That's really good for mining. Wow, that's really cool. Before you consider switching, do consider if there is a because it is all getting to the next day, right? It is the dead of night.
Oh, is it? What exactly do we switch? I don't know. I mean, if it's close enough, then we can just wait for a roll. I can just roll now. You guys want to like take a short rest? I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, if it's like nighttime, we've done a lot today.
Yeah, if it's like close enough, it's probably fine.
I mean, if you two are long resting, I'm probably just gonna use my claws during that.
I don't think it'll take too long. Oh, it's Nameless, so Nameless comes out.
Although, maybe
Okay.
I should long rest just to get spell slots back, just so that I can transport via plants more.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It's a good idea.
I mean,
Right.
Dodira wants to just fucking get to it and start clawing, but he will try to do the wiser thing and restore spell slots then, I guess.
You go ahead and take your rests and begin preparations for the mining that will ensue over the following bit of time. Speaking of mining, well, Jamie, I know you've been typing to me about your thoughts. I think what matching what you have, I'll explain what elocution attempts to do here, because there is probably one plane of existence that matches this sort of fantastical abandoned city vibe that you're looking for. Because essentially that's what it sounds like. You're not just looking for a utopia, not an abandoned city, not a place that is away from civilization. You're looking for what is practically something straight out of a fairy tale. And there is only one great place that might have the lands that you seek, that is worth searching through in order to find a place that is peaceful and whimsical enough that it matches what you are aiming for.
Please not the Feywild.
Um,
Please not the Feywild. Please not the Feywild.
It is the Feywild.
Fuck.
Fucking Feywild, man.
Jadira is quite wary of Fey.
Hold on, I'm also thinking about something. Although it can also you also consider a possibility of searching through other worlds, Jamie. But given how many other worlds there are, perhaps it's better to start small with your current plane of neighboring adjacent planes of existence before expanding your scope to the entire universe. Start small, somewhere that's a little bit easier to scope out the scene. Not to say that the Feywild is a small place either. And thus elocution headed off to search the stars and never returned for 1,000 years of searching. Oh no. You're going to need more manpower if you're going to search other worlds that intensely. Okay. Then you consider that is the place to go, and thus elocution, you set down the portal with your will of many worlds over to the Feywild. You don't know exactly where this goes. You only know that you are in search of a new home. And with you and your skitters, you hop on through and begin searching to see if there is somewhere in the Feywild that matches up to your expectations. Speaking of expectations,
You're enjoying these segues.
Growl, you wake up expecting something nasty to have happened, but your skitter seems to have not indicated anything happened in the night whatsoever. It's still standing as alert as ever.
Nice.
You hear some thrashing from the other room.
What's going on?
Fine.
It stops
Fine.
after like a few minutes.
I'll just get up to check. Is everything okay?
Oh, good morning. Yes, it's okay. Sometimes I have bad nightmares.
Nightmares.
They go ahead and open the door. They kind of look a little bit messy. And there's like scratches in their own skin. Oh, yeah. Sometimes I think I am like fighting things. And then I wake up and I was fighting myself. But it's okay. I will return. I will fix this. It hurts a little bit. It stings, but they will heal.
Oh no, that doesn't sound okay at all. Is something plaguing you?
I do not know. It's always been like this, so I don't think too much about it. Every night,
Always?
almost every night, it is like this.
I don't
Well-
think this guy's an Oni. Just low key. In a normal sense.
Actually, last night wasn't as bad as usual. These scratches, they're only a little small. It's still like a big, like, gaping scratch across their chest. This one is smaller than usual. Not bad.
Whoa.
I
It's
think
not
it's
okay.
because we had good stew last night. I think that's why. Good stew always helps with the nightmares.
Was there anything I can help with? The nightmares? Maybe we can go into your brain or something.
Oh, I do not know. I don't know much about that. Oh, you know what I do know, though? I know breakfast. Hold on, we will not take too long with this. Because
More stew?
Unlocking your potential. Oh, no, we had stew last night. No, today? They go ahead and you see that they open like a little ice box. And there's like various, heads of deer inside of there. Aha! What are these? I
Mm.
bring this out for a special occasion, which this is. To have a friend over is good. They go ahead and they kind of carve off most of the meat skillfully, leaving all the bone over to the side. And they're kind of chewing on one of the bones as they're like cooking at the same time, as they just kind of grill it up really fast and serve it down. Oh, and they sprinkle some veggies on there too, but not very many of them. Okay, now let us go and get to training. We will unlock you. We will make you a true Oni. Well, at least what I think is true Oni, because what if I'm not Oni? I still think about that sometimes.
You're pretty Oni enough for me. Let's go.
Okay. Now, so you told me you tried to do the fire pew pew.
Yeah,
But-
I've tried so many times and I just couldn't do it.
Okay. Let me think about how we will go about this. You, to use I can feel that you have the magic there. You have it, but I think problem is this. I think here's what I think problem is. It's here, and they go ahead and they point at your head. Problem is you think you cannot do it, so you have not tried to do it. But I think you can do it. I believe it's like when you follow me to other place, to the ghost place. You did not think you could do it, and then you did.
Oh, so it was me all along. I just had to believe.
Let's see. Let's try. Hold on. And they go ahead and they pick up a piece of wood that's kind of like drifted down from the river here that got stuck in the water wheel. That's peace. See, so far you think of punching it. Don't think of punching it. Think of fire. See if you can use your Oni magic to translate to fire. Mine is cold. I like using cold. It feels more natural to me. But maybe you are different.
Alright, let me try. Think fire, 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 fire.
Right? You punch your fist over to the board, and nothing really nothing really happens.
Hmm.
Well, it would be strange if you got it right first try. Keep trying. Keep believing.
Alright. Just rubs her hands together furiously. Fire!
Yeah. There's still nothing quite. You continue practicing like this for quite a while. Go ahead and make an insight check. Okay. You still haven't made too much progress yet after like spending many hours on this, right? And at some point, you go, let's take a quick break. As you're sitting, they go, you know what I think the problem is? And now that I see you try, and you keep trying, and you keep trying, and you keep trying. And that's good. But I think we're on the right track, but I think there's something that's missing. You know what I think that is?
What? What is it?
Well, what I think is you are thinking too much. You're always asking me questions. What I'm thinking, what I think, why nightmares, why this, why that. But I think I use my magic because I do not think. I know I can do it. Maybe I can't, but I have tricked myself into thinking I can. Maybe that's what you need to do. You need to trick yourself by stopping the thinking.
You think I should think less? That's
Yes.
not a problem. I can do that.
Okay. After like you take a break, going like taking some time against it, to just kind of like appreciate the atmosphere a little bit, right? Just feeling the wind against your skin. Okay, let's try again. They hold up another board. They managed to scrounge up a lot of wooden pieces that they had laying around. All right, go for it. And remember, don't think.
And I just do it again.
Can you do it? Can you shoot fire?
I can do it.
Make a deception check. At advantage.
Ooh.
Ooh. You are still not deceiving yourself enough. After like a little bit of time, you're still thinking too much. Last thinking.
I'm trying. My brain is empty. My body is empty.
Make the deception check at advantage again.
Oh.
At some point, Growl, you're shooting this fire out of your hands, for you believe sincerely in your heart that you have always been capable of doing this. No, you have done this. That fight against Grant, you threw fire at them. The fight against any Coliseum, you blew up those guys not because you were like throwing hands at them, but because you were emanating fire from yourself. That's what it was. The tattoo, that's fake. It's always been fire that's reaving you. The tattoo is just a placeholder. It's never really done anything for you. You sincerely believe this all to be true. As what you see happen is, hold on. Hold on 1 second. Here's what you see happen. 1 second. Oh, whoop.
What the fuck? That is my
The
favorite Baldur's
entire
Gate skill.
the entire wooden board has been incinerated. The Oni is standing there with multiple burn marks all across them, that they seem to be smiling enthusiastically despite it. Some of the things have caught on fire, but minor details. I always knew you could.
I knew it. I've always been doing this. I was Lazuli all along.
He's never existed. That was me all along.
Exactly. Made them up in my head. I was the fire character.
You spend this is pretty much how the rest of your week goes, harnessing more of the fire that you've always been doing this whole time, right? And practicing and learning a bit about your heritage. At one point, they go, take off that silly tattoo, or maybe keep it on, but lose the magic on it. We have better things. As you see the Oni cast something called a mage armor, if you're familiar with it.
Uh-huh. Yes, Major.
Yeah, you can do this too. It's part of your Oni-ness. You've always been able to do this too. Yeah, you remember when you did that,
Yeah.
Grell? In the fight against Draco Shark?
Yeah. Yeah, I've always done this.
Yeah.
I know mage armor. I'm a mage.
You share stories, eat stew, continue practicing, and over the week you have unlocked your new attunement, replacing your tattoo, Oni Heritage.
Yeah. Can you help me import it? I've never been able to do it.
Oh yeah, I got you. I've imported Fireball already, so I'll just import Mage Armor. Though, honestly, the Mage Armor
Thank
you can
you.
just kind of assume is always on you. You can
Okay.
pretty much just assume it's always on you because it's like it lasts for 8 hours and you can cast it basically for free. So
Okay. Great.
why would it be on?
My head just starts being on fire, just like the Zillion. Joking.
After the week is over, it's time to start heading back. I think you have gotten everything you can. And while I have enjoyed your company, it is time for you to leave. I am tired, and I want
Oh.
to be alone.
Thank you, Sensei, and I just bow my head. You have taught me so much. You've made me remember the fire within me.
What is this bowing you did? That seems really weird. Like this? They try to mimic it, and they almost hit you as they try to do it.
Oh.
Is that like from City?
This is something I learned from my temple.
No,
But it's to show respect to your masters.
I see. I see. Well, here is what I think. Also, you said you want to cure, and right now you have learned to destroy. But maybe, even though I cannot cure, maybe you've always been able to. Just a consideration. Okay,
Yeah,
I have
you're
exceeded
right.
my allowance. It is goodbye. Please enjoy your trip back. I think you know the way.
Alright. Thank you so much. I should go look for my friends. I hope they're not dying.
Fireball the
Yes.
house.
Goodbye, goodbye, my friend. Goodbye.
Just heard a fairy tell me to do something bad.
Sagrao, you bring out your gloves and channel your etherealness as you once again project yourself back into the ghost realm.
Boom.
I'm even going to give you a color for going phantom. Meanwhile, back in the jungle. Speaking of phantoms,
I cast Swall.
yeah, that's what you had done several days ago. It's like near the end, like get multiple days, Anna. Describe to me
okay.
what you've been doing. So, Nameless, you've been using Pass Wall to help out where you can, right? Giving 10 minutes of sort of a time for them to break apart some of the nearby stone. Jajira and Ray, what have you been up to expedite this process?
I've been manually doing it with my claws.
Yeah.
All
I
right,
mean, like,
that works.
there's spells like to save actually editing my prepared spell list. There's
Yeah.
loads of stone related cleric spells.
There
Oh,
are a
really?
bunch
Which
of
one?
druid related ones, but they actually don't work with like solid stone, which is like fucking bizarre.
There's stone shape.
Oh,
I'm
does
pretty
Stone
certain
Shape work on
stone
solid stone?
shape. I don't think that's like one I've got. It doesn't like it works on like not solid stone. If I remember right.
It's not. Let me look it up.
No, it
Remember.
does. It says you touch a stone object, or you could shape a large rock into a weapon, idol, or coffer. Make a small passage through
Yeah,
a wall.
stone shape.
Shape a stone
What's
door
the?
frame.
Oh, I think it's move earth doesn't work on fucking solid
Oh
stone.
yeah, move earth is you're moving earth.
It's move earth, not move stone.
XD.
I mean, you both have mover. I mean, a stone shape, and then Nameless has pass wall, which can go even further than stone shape can. And then you have
Hmm.
Jajira's claws. Does anybody have any contribution for the hitting beyond excavation beyond Rogeria's claws, or are you just relying on them just brute force?
I have power word crush. I can like crush stone around the gems so that we can take it back in
do
big chunks.
have like the capacity to prepare summon Draconic Spirit, which could aid in claw-based excavation.
Okay.
I
You
could.
summoned a draconic spirit to aid you.
I'm going to make it sapphire based, so it's thunder based. Maybe that helps some.
Right. Right. And Ray, what were you saying?
I've got enhance ability. I could divine intervention and essentially request planar ally. You know, get someone else from the household. See if they'd give us a hand. If,
Ray,
actually,
don't know
you
if
know,
that
that is definitely something Ray would do. Like, just ring up home and go, I'm trying to mine something and I need help.
Your dad continues to be exasperated about this, but actually some of your cousins, not necessarily blood related, do show up and they go, Ray, it's been so long.
Less talky, more
You're doing
digging.
it. Yeah, your family members enthusiastically help you out, especially after being informed about what the request is. Some of them actually like almost cry because they're like, "Oh my god, the drink's being serious for once."
I go back to digging. Also, I do have athletes and like claws from Dragonhide as well, which that's just pretty useful.
Yeah.
I
All in
have
all,
15 strength. I ain't weak. Don't ask why I have 15
So
strength.
you go ahead and mine. You get a lot of those blue garnets you were looking for. You also find a ton of surprisingly, you find a solid supply of diamonds here. You managed to, it looks like, and this deep excavation did lend you many more diamonds to work with.
Can I use detect magic? See if there's anything like weirdly magical buried in the earth somewhere when I'm, I guess, Sid. Sid probably
I
can
also
do it better.
just have. I always have detect magic prepared, and I can
Yeah,
cast it
let's
for free.
find something cool.
I mean, I think
Okay,
blue garnet's pretty cool.
I just think they're neat. I'm a fae digging a hole, a diggy hole.
Ooh.
So I was like, which is the spell that requires diamonds to revive people? Is it
All of them?
revive?
True resurrection.
Yeah, but like, oh yeah. It's like I had to, for reference, I had to remember.
Yeah.
You find a lot of diamonds here, in the ground. Here's how many you find. Like as you're, you manage to essentially like you're carving through and you're going and you're going, and then, ding, you find a huge diamond cache that has clearly not been disturbed in quite some time. As you get yourself a solid 35,000 gold pieces worth of diamonds through your mining efforts.
Nice.
You gain an exorbitant amount of blue garnet, more than you'll need. Your excavation methods were very effective, and you had a lot of manpower to make this possible. So you have enough for the layer that you are seeking to add on to it, Jujura. Additionally, nameless, you were looking for anything magical. Occasionally, while you're digging, right, you kind of fall into, you have enough ways to safely fall into little caverns, Minecraft style. And after you explore them and take out any like aberrations that are sometimes in there, in these little areas that are populated by the what's it called, the Underdark, you managed to kill a mimic that was guarded by a roper pretty easily. There's no point bringing out its token because you just slay it without too much problem. And you do discover a magic item that I will show you later because I didn't prepare it.
Cool.
All in all, a fairly...
I'm just thinking that like I could fashion like a bunch of this blue garnet into like tuning forks and sell them, because like apparently these are pretty rare. So that probably is
Oh.
like a decent way for me to make some gold.
Ethically sourced gold. Magical random item. It's a
Can
pretty good
I
item.
bring back some cool? Wait, is there like everything there? Can I bring back some cool looking amethysts?
Yeah, you find some amethyst in there without any problem.
Cool.
Any rubies?
The item does something cool, Sin.
Yeah.
Okay. You return over to Busharib after your mining. You bring over the materials, and Busharib tells you, perfect. I will get to set to work on this immediately. Given that we have a base to work with, this actually shouldn't take me that long. Maybe 2 days? I'll send it over to you through transmission, since I know that you have some other things that you need going in. I don't want you to just be standing here in the volcano the whole time. You may not be used to the heat.
Did we actually get a red mask as the base?
I presume you did. Somebody needs to.
Can
I mean, I don't have gold, so
can
I
a
don't
sigil
have
mask
gold to
work?
get anymore.
Or does it have to be an actual
No.
mask?
That's why I thought we were gonna go kill a dragon, but then you guys said something that we wouldn't have to kill the dragon to get what we needed. Isn't
yeah,
that what
like
we were supposed to get from it?
no, we were supposed to get like the essence of a gold dragon, which Ray was using pure goodness from their good deed orbs as a essence of gold dragon. But that's just the second ingredient, and we just got the blue garnet, which was the third ingredient. But the first one was the base, where we needed an actual red dragon mask. It was like bought from the store.
I mean, Nameless has like teleport because of the scroll, right? Like it's free.
Yeah, I think
Sin
Sin's
does.
the ritual caster.
Okay.
Yeah, I can do it.
I mean, we could just like get Sin back out, teleport in. Or I mean, or we have enough spell slots. Like, I'm sure we have enough spell slots to hop back to Candlekeep, come back here.
Yeah, that's
And
no problem. You can teleport without any problem.
you do have the like 95k gold for it, right?
Yeah, I've not spent any gold.
Okay, good. That was my concern, because I was like, well, because I'm broke, so I don't know if we actually had the gold for it.
Yeah, no,
Right.
all of Ray's money just like goes in a little sack and it sort of just like sits there.
All right. With that, you give the requirement, you deduct the money accordingly, Ring, and Bushra begins getting to work. All right, so I've already set time in my production pipeline, so that I should be able to do this. As long as I speed through some of the upcoming orders, then I will be able to get this in without no problem. Oh, it's good to get my hands working on something legendary again. Curious.
I'd like to go up to them and just like whisper something to them and just sort of say, very quietly so no one else can hear. Can you make it so like it doesn't cover my face, like not as in like a mask?
Easily, yes.
Like a tiara.
And then I fly away.
Yes, no problem. All right. Safe travels back. I'll contact you accordingly.
Yeah, I can bring this group back to Port Nyanzaru with transport via plants. And then we can regroup with Growl and Elocution there, and then I can bring us all back to Candlekeep.
Elocution steps out from their world's travels. In the Feywild Elocution, you explored many different worlds with your skitters helping you out. Let me see how well your search went with them. Go ahead and make a. Let's say that would be and a Feywild. That would be a survival check. And yeah, perception makes sense. Actually, no, investigation, because you're like literally trying to track down a sort of utopia of sorts that has not existed before. I guess, yes. I presume you can just keep casting it. It'll just take. I mean, you haven't. You'll regenerate most of your fatigue later anyway. So I'll give you advantage on. I think Foresight gives you advantage on all rolls, or no, attack rolls, isn't it?
Attack
Oh,
rolls and
Foresight will
ability
help.
checks.
Attack rolls, ability. Oh, and ability checks too. Yeah. Okay.
I
Yeah.
think
Go for it.
so.
Advantage on both. Yeah, it is all checks basically. What 19? Are nice. Okay. And investigation. Oh my god. A 19 and a 19.
Elo's motivated.
Elocution, you have never been more motivated to do something in your entire life. You encounter many different things there inside of the Feywild. You find bushes that can talk. You find creatures that look mechanical but are actually biological. You find water that waves at you as you walk on by and tries to start conversations with you, but in an annoying way. So it's like unwise to interact with them because they'll never stop talking to you. You find books similar to Candlekeep that have all their own stories to tell. And then there it is, finally, while searching through the Feywild for this world of yours to populate, something to call your own. There, inside of a tree, down a hole, beyond some weird card-shaped people talking, there lies what appears to be the remains of a fairy tale story that has already concluded, and all the people have expired from old age, with the story having been finished. There is nothing but an entire medieval town from an old storybook and the remains of it. There seems to be like a little castle even that used to be populated with the dragon that the story used to tell. The sun shines down warmly inside of this place, away from any signs of life where nobody has been here in ages. Thus, you managed to set up your well of many worlds and your demi-planar portal to this new hub, this new base that now links together both Chult and the fairy tale world and Candlekeep, all in places that you know of to reach. With that, the session will end with all five of you heading out on your way back over to Candlekeep once more. Off into the distance. You teleport away. You didn't do
Assume
anything
I
worth living to 20 yet.
We killed some things.
We mined a thing.
I learned Fireball, which I've been asking for since level 5.
You also get the red meat. You know, the other red meat.
Whoop. Don't tell anyone about that.
Growl, you know we have a staff that lets you just cast Fireball at 9th level for free.
Only if you have 9th level spell slots, which Growl doesn't because she's a monk.
Oh.
But I wanted to, like, punch fire, throw fire,
Fair enough.
not
Dropkick
cast
fire.
like a mage. My brother Jesus would hate me if I did.
Punch fire,
Yes, to be
throw
clear,
fire, drop kick fire.
Yeah, to
Exactly.
be clear, the Oni magic that they've given you, it's got kind of like it's kind of like at the intersection of magic and not magic, but it's close enough to not magic, and you believe it's not magic that it's not magic. It's key because you believe it's.
Does that mean it can't be counterspelled?
Yeah, it can't be because it's not magic. Because if it was magic, that would be bad, and Growl wouldn't want it to be bad. And because they believe it's not bad, it's not bad. It's not magic. It's key.
Nice.
It is the power of delusion. If you delude yourself strong enough, you can do anything.
Was I able to fashion a tuning fork out of the blue garnet we retrieved? Like during this
It's going to take a
week?
little bit of time, but you could probably do some. Yeah, you'll probably need more time though. But the extended rest is sort of ended.
Because I was planning on just doing that, going to the elemental plane of a quasi-elemental plane of mineral as quickly as I could, honestly.
Okay, hold on. I'm typing what the results are. Bunch of diamonds, 35 GP of diamonds, tons of blue garnet, only heritage, and cool magic item is what I'm going to type. This is just for my reference. As that is
Now,
where we'll end. That I have to start getting ready to head to work in a bit. Oh, I do have one bit of bad news though. Nick is also departed from the campaign, which doesn't really surprise me because both Mark and Nick were kind of like joined at the hip.
But who is their character going to be? We must know.
It was. I don't think that they mind because they said it was going to be another Dragonborn.
That is very.
It was a monk. It was going to be another monk.
Was that AI? It looks like AI.
Yeah, it is AI. I'm pretty sure. I mean, it has the telltale signs of one.
Shame.
Like, for example,
Shame.
like
Or shame.
look at the fingers at the bottom.
Yes, I'm looking very hard at the finger.
Yeah, the fingers would do it. Those are a giveaway. Honestly, I don't think there's that bad of using it for D&D art because like the alternative is stealing art from the internet, which isn't much better.
Soothing regardless.
All right, but I do have to start getting ready for work. That means we have 5 people now, huh? That's actually a normal sized D&D party and not like as large as it usually is. This is one of the advantages of having a lot of people. It's like, you know, we lost some people and then we still have kind of a normal sized party.
Wait, sorry, who's the I didn't hear who was the Dragonborn joining us? Who's playing the dragon?
It was Nick.
Nick's character.
Well, no longer tentative character, formerly tentative.
I see.
As is, we're never going to have the damage to punch through Grant's adaptive shielding anymore. Or emergency shielding.
Nice.
We just want.
Wait, there's a less party size, then the shield would just be smaller. So.
It's assumed that since Ray took all the diamonds, like I got most of the blue garnet then.
I don't think anybody was going to contest that.
I'll probably keep most of it in my lair, but if I ever find like downtime during one of the books, I can like bring some with me and try fashioning it like on the road, so to speak, in the book.
Would you be willing to spare a bit of it, like one clump, for Ray likes gems?
I mean, didn't I already spare more than one for your mask?
Oh.
Yeah.
How much is the garnet worth in gold?
One last thing first. One last thing before I forget. Your aspects, you definitely noticed them. You feel them improving. This is elocution bringing it up, and I forgot to mention. Yes, all 3 of your aspect of good, your aspect of eternal dragon, and your aspect of your inner alchemy rather, elocution are all improving. But I'll have those specifics later.
I didn't think of one thing that might be appropriate for mine.
I get it. That's a good pun. Nice. Good job. I always knew you had it in you. I always thought that was something appropriate for mine. Because, alright, I'm going to head off. I have to go to work. Goodbye. Thanks for joining.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.